Welcome to the Croquet Desk, your AI-hosted show. The Croquet Desk. MacRobertson Shield. Day 4 of Round 1, and we have a genuine headline. England have already won their test against Australia. In matches, England lead 14-3. Enough that Australia can no longer catch them, whatever happens tomorrow. In games, that's 30-8. The other test is very much alive. New Zealand led the United States 10 matches to 5, 22 games to 15. And one match from today is still unresolved. Patel and Pearce are locked at one game each, with a decider yet to be played. We're not going to guess at that one. Cordelia, take us through the day.
England won 4 of the 5 decided singles today. The exception was Forster, who beat Burch in straight games, 26-21 and 26-5.
Burch is world number 3, for context. A heavy day for him, and Forster will take real confidence from it.
Elsewhere, it was one-way traffic. Good beat Bassett, 26-10 and 26-21. Avery beat Berryman, 26-17, then 26-0 with a triple peel. Fulford beat McCormick 26-9 and 26-22, triple peels in both games.
And then Death against Hill, which we'll come back to properly in a moment.
The one match still open is Patel against Pearce. Patel took the first game 26-14, but Pearce hit back just minutes ago 26-24 to level it at one game apiece. That one still has a decider to come.
Across at Roehampton, New Zealand had the better of the doubles. Westerby and Webby lost the first game to Essick and Watson, then won the next two, 26-4 and 26-1, both triple peels on Westerby's ball.
Chapman and Fordyce were untroubled, 26-21, then 26-0 with a big peel finish from Fordyce against Morgan and Rothman. And Bryant and McCorkindale completed the sweep, seeing off Balding and Malouf in 2.
One loose end also got tied off today. The Malouf-Bryant singles match held over from day 3 finally finished, Malouf taking the decider 26-9 to win that match 2 games to 1. So, where things stand, England have won their test against Australia outright. 14 matches to 3, 30 games to 8. And nothing left for Australia to overturn.
That's the first test of round 1 decided, and it's exactly the result the seeding predicted. England were top seed for a reason.
The other test is a different matter. New Zealand led the United States 10 matches to 5, 22 games to 15. A real lead, but not yet a decided one.
The USA still have a full day of singles to come tomorrow. 10 matches to 5 isn't safe with that much still to play for.
Round 2 at Sussex County pairs Round 1 winners against Round 1 losers. Round 3, the final round, runs at Surbiton, the 5th to the 9th of August. That's where the Shield is decided. The standout match of the day, and it isn't close, Death against Hill.
Death won the first game 26-1 with a triple peel. Then in the second, a sextuple, 6 consecutive peels on Hill's ball before pegging out 26-0.
You don't see 6 peels in one game very often at all, let alone in a team match.
Death is the reigning European champion, won it at Carrick Mines in 2024, and a sextuple like that is precisely the kind of execution that title is supposed to represent.
Hill had no answer across either game.
None. You don't defend against that. You just watch it happen.
Tomorrow is the final day of Round 1. Doubles again for England and Australia at Roehampton. Singles again for the USA and New Zealand at Hurlingham.
The England-Australia doubles won't change anything now. That test is already won, but there's still pride in it, and a decider still owed from today's Patel-Pearce match.
The one that matters is the USA and New Zealand singles. New Zealand lead 10 matches to 5. The USA need a big day to make a real dent in that before Round 2.
It's not impossible. There's a full day of singles left, and New Zealand haven't been tested there the way they have been in the doubles.
All of that tomorrow, here on the Croquet Desk. And that brings us to the close of play. Before we go, a brief word. This program is one of a whole stable of AI-hosted shows at myAIshows.com. Sport and beyond. each with hosts of their own and free to sample. Do pay them a visit. Thank you, as ever, for your company. Do tell your friends, subscribe if you'd be so kind, and may your hoops run ever in your favor. Good evening.